carrier-based aircraft is an aircraft equipped on an aircraft carrier. Usually refers to fixed-wing aircraft. Performance and takeoff and landing frequency of carrier-based aircraft determines the combat capability of the aircraft carrier. The more aircraft there are, the stronger the aircraft will be. The aircraft carrier itself is also used to allow aircraft to take off and land, repair and enable it to exist for long-term operations. Modern carrier-based aircraft have a combat radius of more than 1,000 kilometers. The flight range can also be extended by aerial refueling and can return to the aircraft carrier to load ammunition after the attack. Its operational continuity and mission-diversified combat capabilities. Also carrier-based aircraft and cruise missiles. The biggest difference in the role played in naval battles. AV-28 Harrier II is an American fighter attack aircraft based on the British Aerospace Falcon, the second-generation version developed, capable of short takeoff, vertical landing STOVL. The original design of the AV-8 became from the British Hawker Siddeley Harrier fighter, produced in the United States as AV-8A, used as close air support and reconnaissance. Boeing F-180 F Super Hornet. It is an American Boeing company based on the F-180C D Hornet. The length and width are enlarged by about 10% compared to F-180C D. The shape of the air intake is also changed from arc to rectangular in order to reduce the radar cross-section area. Super Hornet originally flew in 1995, and mass production began 1 month before the formal merger of Boeing and McDonnell Douglas in September 1997. The Super Hornet has been in service with the U.S. Navy since 1999. To replace the aging F-14 Tomcat carrier-based fighter jets and A-6 Intruder attack aircraft. So the Super Hornet inherits two attack modes from the early 21st century to the present, responsible for the main carrier-based aircraft on U.S. aircraft carriers. Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II by Lockheed Martin. Design and production of single-seat, single-engine multi-role fighter aircraft. The fifth-generation fighter aircraft introduced to most countries in the world. This type of aircraft is mainly used for various tasks such as close support, target bombing, and air defense interception, and thus developed three main derivative versions, including F-35A taking off and landing on traditional runways, short takeoff, vertical takeoff and landing aircraft F-35B, with the F-35C as an aircraft carrier-based aircraft. Sukhoi-33, referred to as Su-33, Russian, -33. It is an aircraft produced by Sukhoi, single-seat multi-purpose carrier-based aircraft. Sukhoi-33 made its first flight on August 17, 1987. In terms of fighter generation, it is the fourth-generation fighter. Sukhoi-33 is mainly deployed aboard the Russian military's only active aircraft carrier Admiral Kuznetsov. Since the Kuznetsov adopted ski jump from the takeoff deck instead of using catapults like American aircraft carriers. Therefore, it needs to rely on its own power to take off. Do not take off with a full load of fuel bombs. To avoid the moment of flying off the deck, the fuselage overturned due to excessive weight. So it cannot be the same as the U.S. Navy fighter jets capable of conducting ocean operations. It is the fatal flaw of Sukhoi-33. J-15 codename Flying Shark, NATO codename Flanker X-2. It is a 30-ton class, heavy carrier-based fourth-generation fighter. To obtain the prototype of the Soviet carrier-based aircraft Su-33 from Ukraine, developed and finalized as a reference. At the same time, Shenyang Aircraft Industry Group manufactured based on the production of J-11B fighter jets. It is the first-generation carrier-based aircraft of the Chinese Navy. Started serving on the Liaoning aircraft carrier in 2012. 2016 mass production models have been deployed on China's first domestic aircraft carrier. From 2019 on board the Shandong aircraft carrier, part of China's aircraft carrier program. French Rafale, developed and built by French company Dassault Aircraft. Twin engines, delta wing, high flexibility, medium multi-role fighter. In the 1970s, the French Air Force and Navy seeking new fighter aircraft as successors. To save costs, France attempts to join Eurofighter program, joint research and development with other countries. However, because the functional requirements for fighter aircraft are too different, in the end, France decided to invest solely in research and development. Finally, the prototype of Bafang was developed by Dassault Aerospace. Its avionics and aerodynamic shape optimization, its role in air superiority fighter. Carrier-based aircraft can be divided into bombers, anti-submarine aircraft, transport aircraft, attack aircraft, fighter aircraft, early warning aircraft, electric combat aircraft, reconnaissance aircraft, and helicopters, etc. Among them, multi-purpose combat. It is the core component of the aircraft carrier's force. If based on the layout and takeoff and landing methods, carrier-based aircraft can also be divided into helicopters, conventional takeoff and landing machine. Today, large-scale wars no longer exist. Military spending has been reduced. In the context of limited space on the aircraft carrier, to save costs, to diversify the functions of a single carrier-based aircraft, many professional fighters retire, replace it with a multi-role fighter. Since the end of the Cold War, minimize the possibility of high-intensity naval battles in order to reduce the use and maintenance costs. With the retirement of the last generation of dedicated air superiority fighter F-14, currently the main carrier-based fighter jets in various countries in the world, both are multi-purpose fighter aircraft.